Welcome back to the cave, everyone. Van der Beek nets the winner as Man United edge out Lyon in the preseason. Dino, we've got a lot to get through. It's been a few days since we've done our last one. Mate, how you been? World Cup starting. Are you fired up?
How you going, buddy? Yeah, it's been a few days. A lot's happened in the world of Manchester United, so looking forward to getting into it. Yeah, the Women's World Cup starts today. It's not yeah, it's not started yet, but it's about an hour away. So I messed that one up, didn't I? The quicker you go, the quicker I get to watch that. So yeah, let's crack on.
That's
I'm
great, mate.
excited.
You are excited because your
I
beloved
am.
Kiwis are playing, opening up the World Cup, aren't they?
Yeah, we've never won a match at the World Cup. I think it's been about 15 games. So let's go.
No, mate. Look, I think it's good. It's good that the women have their World Cup. And look, Fox came out today in a stupid ass article saying that there's no one around for the World Cup and stuff like that. But I have my issues with the Matildas. But good luck to the Matildas and good luck to New Zealand. I really do hope they do well, just for the sake of the sport. And you know, let's just crack on with United at the moment and move into that a little bit later. Look, Harry Maguire's come out. He's come out and told everyone that he's lost the captaincy, and he said he's willing to stay at the club, but the transfer window closes in September, and I don't know what to make of it. Really, do you think he'd be staying? Do you know? What do you think
I
out of that one?
I just laugh when he said he's going to continue fighting for his spot. That's what he did last year, wasn't it? Like, I think he only played about 12, 13 matches last year. So,
Yeah.
but, he's been rewarded nicely this season with a bonus because we qualified for the Champions League. So it depends really what he wants to do in his career. If he's satisfied with what he's done, or he wants to find a new club and, try and get first team football, because unless there's a few injuries, he won't be getting our starting 11.
Yeah, also, I mean, for England, Southgate definitely made it notice to him that if he's not playing regular football, he won't be picked for the Euros. So they're still going through qualifications now anyway, but it's not like England's not going to qualify, considering they got Malta and teams like that in their group. So my beloved Malta, but yeah. Look, Harry's got to find regular football, and we all met him 12 months ago to the day, really, that in Melbourne, and yes, I can't believe it's 12 months since that. It's freaking incredible. And he did come across as a lovely bloke, but unfortunately, that doesn't keep you a spot at Manchester United, does it?
That's it. Yeah, probably, yeah, 12 months it is. Time flies. And I think a lot of those players that we met that evening either went out on loan or didn't get much game time. So hopefully we don't meet anyone this season, Adam, and they flourish.
Yeah, it was fun. It's funny enough. I was looking at those players that were in that group of there, and Tellez was one of them. Tellez was one. That's another saga. Like, how do we sell a player to Saudi Arabia for $4 million? 4 million. 4 million.
He's a
Yeah.
Brazilian international as well that people forget.
Yeah.
Like,
It's fucking mental how we just F these up every time. $4 million. So we've made 5 million between two players.
a Pakistani international and a Brazilian international.
Yeah. It's it's
Uh,
incredible. People are
but it's
playing.
not surprising, is it, though? Really? It's
No,
not
it's not.
surprising.
But like Saudi Arabia, they're paying $20 million for the average player. Tell us is better than the average player. He's a good player. You know, like you've got to be paying minimum 10 at least. Minimum
Well, I
10.
think Henderson just went for 15, and I think Henderson's about 34, 35 now, isn't he? Like,
So he went for
but yeah,
15 million.
yeah, I'm
So does
pretty
that
sure
mean
that's what
does
I
that
read
mean
today.
see, I haven't kept up again,
Yeah,
Dean. Yeah.
yeah, no,
so
yeah, I'm
that
not
so
surprised. I've
United
got to
so
back you up. It's all right.
yeah. Oh, that's all right. So we've got 20 million extra in the budget now.
No, I mean Jordan Henderson went to
Oh,
Saudi.
Jordan Henderson. Yeah, I'm thinking
Yeah,
about Henderson in the no, because Henderson's
no,
ah So Jordan Henderson went for 15.
Yeah,
Get the
yeah.
get out of town, man. What a
Well,
joke.
he's gone to CVG's club, so he's helping
Yeah,
Klopp rebuild Liverpool by
yeah,
giving them more money. So they're not
yeah,
stupid.
yeah,
That's why we need Ollie. We need Ollie to go to Saudi Arabia and buy all our rejects.
yeah. Yeah,
He
they'll
could
bust
buy
out.
Harry for 60, 70 million. Martial, Martial
Yeah.
would not even pass the fitness test.
No, no.
He would
Well, that's
seriously break down.
that's your fault. Beginning of the season last year, you said he was going to score 20 goals.
Yeah, if he stayed fit, I know he wouldn't stay fit.
Actually, I don't remember you saying staying fit, but anyway, yeah.
Yeah, no, I just thought I added that in. But even in that room when we met him all that night, Kova and the likes, they were really
Yeah,
good to talk to and stuff like that.
Kovo
Martial
was
just sat
good.
there not smiling and looked depressed, looked like he didn't want to be there. It's just,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't
It was
know.
good. I was, I went through my photos to see if I did have a photo with Kovar, and I didn't. I didn't have one with him. Like I had one with Harry, and then Kovar was next to Harry, and I'm just like, what a shame. Just stupid. What a
Mate, you hogged
mistake.
the line too.
Rookie mistake.
You hogged the line as well,
No, I think you went
So,
before me, just quietly.
nah, come on. How many signatures did you get in that lineup?
I got everyone. Of course, I
Yeah.
got everyone. I
How
don't
many
pick
did
and
I
choose.
get?
I don't know. I just handed the flag across, mate, and that was it. That's how I did it. I had the flag ready.
That's good stuff. You even pushed your kids out of the way. I saw you.
No, the kids weren't there, mate. I called them in late.
I know. Terrible father.
I
Jeez.
know. Left him in Melbourne
No.
by himself.
Talking
Anyway,
about Kovar, but how good was he last night?
mate, he's cracking. He's such a good keeper. But then he doesn't get to go away on the tour. Like, it's a weird one. It's a weird one. We'll get to the players on the tour.
But to be fair, like we didn't actually get to see Kovar save a shot or anything, but just his footwork and his confidence playing out from the back, like giving the ball to Martinez, receiving the ball off the back four. He just looked so comfortable. Like,
Yeah, he did. Like
he
it was
shocked me. He shocked me.
Yeah, there was a couple of passes there where I didn't think he'd be able to feed the pass, and he actually did. He split him straight down the middle and everything like that. I mean, he was good last night. It's the young mentality, isn't it? Like happy to take the risk. And they've been playing probably that system for a little while, the young ones and things like that. But before we get into the game, Onana, he signed 5-year deal. Hasn't formally been announced yet, but it's valid until June 2028. So it looks like Eric got his man, which is good. You would think they're going to try and get him out on the tour. They're going to try and get him out there if they get his they're waiting for his visa or something like that. I'm pretty sure. So,
mate, all I've heard the past week is here we go, and he's flying in today. He's flying. Oh no, hang on, it's been delayed. Like people just get way too excited. Like by the time they actually sign for United, the buzz is gone. Like people just enjoy the fact when you actually get signed by United. Like instead of predicting what time his flight's coming into Carrington and stuff like that. Like just enjoy it. Like I actually just got sent saying that Kobe Manu has been informed he'll be part of Eric Ten Hag's first team squad this season. So
that's a good scoop. Well done, Duno. I like those ones coming through.
Read it out, mate. I'm just passing on the information, mate. Just passing on the information. So it's not my scoop, but we'll claim it.
Yeah,
we'll have to start a here we go segment.
Yeah. Mate, you think of the line and mate, the here we go segment by Doing Sport coming to you.
I might get some sponsors online for that one.
Yeah. But that was the other thing. So they were even talking about like a further season for him in 2029. So they're jumping the gun again, United, like getting excited and everything like that. Far out. And then we get my boy, Marcus Rashford. Rashford signs to 2028. Is it again? He signed to? So
5-year deal, yeah.
Yeah, I'm pumped for that. So, last year, like on the tour, we got so close to him, didn't we, last year? And we got ripped off with that. So.
Yeah, that's when you did push your kids out the way.
No, listen, mate. She just didn't listen. Anyway,
But
it's good to see. Good to see Marcus get that new contract and it's come
as long as
through.
he,
2028.
he had a good season last year, but a couple of seasons before that weren't real great. So I hope he just keeps progressing. Like I saw his interview with Wes Brown after he signed, and he seems to be really into the system, and he's confident about Ten Hag's system and stuff like that. So hopefully he's not just him but the team itself just score more goals, because we relied heavily on him last season, didn't we?
Yeah, well, look, mate, he's had 359 appearances now. It's unbelievable. Like he's 20. I think we said he's 24, 25, didn't we?
25, I think.
Yeah, 25. 359 appearances, 123 goals. And made his debut in 2016. And I think he had the Player of the Year as well last season. His debut was, I think, from memory, was against City. And he scored a goal against City. I think he might have scored a double against City in 2016. Yeah. And as you know,
that was under Van Gaal, wasn't it? So that was probably the best part of Van Gaal's era, was bringing in Rashford into the first team and giving him a good progression into the first team. So Louis Van Gaal did something right.
Yeah, look, I'm having the fetish at the moment with all Rashford stuff. And I hate when I'm on these runs where I like Rashford rookie stuff and things like that. It's just drives me nuts. That kind of stuff.
That's your only fetish, Adam.
Besides Manchester United, I'm doing a pod with you. Anyway, so 30 goals.
What about Rasmus? What about Rasmus, mate? Do you reckon he's going to be in a red shirt this season?
Rasmus? Oh, I see. Yeah, because
Rasmus Højlund.
Yeah, I don't. Mate, that's another one that's dragging out, isn't it? Like they've come out and they said Atalanta they went up to 80 mil? They're absolutely kidding themselves.
I think that was just one news outlet came out with that. I don't think it'll be that much, I think about 60, 65 will get him, to be honest.
Yeah, look, if they bring him in for 65, look, I still even think that's a little bit too dear for an unproven player, that's for sure. Especially like last week, you were saying he only scored like 10 goals or whatever it was, and that's in Italy. So anyway, so
it's probably harder to score in the Italian league the way that they play, though. Like Italians always been known for the defensive setup, and obviously you'll get more chances at United and stuff like that. But to be fair, there's just no one out there ready to go to be that lead number 9 at Manchester United. So you bring him in slowly. Obviously he's not going to play every game, but like, the more he plays, the better we'll be, because that game last night, I thought that first half was shocking with the 3 up front, just rotating it, just looked completely lost, as where Hugo came on and didn't really make an impact as in score-wise and that, but we just looked a lot more comfortable with a number 9 up top.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, Hugo, man. He looks so good, doesn't he? But he's another one that never let's get into the game. Let's get into the game. Hugo. He was up front. I thought he was very, very good. I really enjoyed watching him play. Varane was captain last night. Martinez and Varane, they look good. But again, it was 0-0 half time, was it?
Yeah,
0-0 half time. Yeah. The side that he put out was a bloody good team. So you had Kova, Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Martinez, the young Fernandez. Manu looked good again. Fuck, he's solid on the ball, isn't he? He's very good. Fights for everything. Mason Mount, he was all right. Again, he looked solid. Anthony probably, he probably should have stuck one into the back, was it? Into the back of net or something like that on the left hand side.
Probably a couple, to be fair.
Yeah, probably a couple, to be fair. Yeah, exactly. Hannibal, mate. I love watching that kid. Tell me that kid can't make a name for himself in this squad. Honestly, I don't want.
Well, I know
you said
someone compared him to Nicky Butt style. Like he just makes the tackles and he's there to work
man.
for the team.
I have to agree with that. Yeah, have to agree with that for sure. I've never thought of that, but yeah, definitely he's a Nicky Butt style player. Like he works his butt off. He gets good passes through. He gets through the line. And as well as get back all the time, mate, he's so good on the ball. Like, even if they use him for cup games and stuff like that, that way you give other players a rest.
100%. You know, and you got like Casemiro on that there. So obviously Manu will probably be there as well. So it's get a couple of young players in with a couple of the older players, and they'll learn so much. You know, they'll probably learn more being around Casemiro than they would being on loan somewhere. So, you know, I'm happy for them to be around the squad and that. But what's a bit more worrying is that, like, you know, Sancho and Anthony, you know, we're not talking anything positive about them in the last game, you know, and it
Yeah,
was a very poor Lyon side, let's be honest.
yeah,
Sancho, you know, would just get the ball at his feet, do a few little turns, either lose it or pass it back. You know, Anthony started on the left and went past his defender, got a good ball across, and that was the end of it. Like, you know, he went
yeah.
back onto the right hand side, he did his little turns, cut. Like, that's the most worrying part. From, you know, we can talk about how good the kids were and stuff like that, and but for me, you've got what, an $80 million player and what, $85 million player, and we're not even speaking of anything positive about him because what they've shown the first two matches has been very poor.
Oh yeah, he wasn't good again. He wasn't good again, Sancho. You can't put your finger on it, can you? Like he just doesn't look. I don't know. Does he look happy out there? I'm not sure whether he looks happy or what. But you know, these games he should be eaten up, and he just doesn't seem to be. He just doesn't seem to be there again. And like, I don't want to pick on the guy because I like Sancho, but mate, he's just not. Just for me, he's not pulling his weight at all. You know, he can when he did come back. You know, he had a very good game, and then all of a sudden he started going down and down and down again. And yeah, I want to talk about Ahmed as well. Like Ahmed, like he gets into good positions, doesn't he? And he had what, two or three chances, very good chances, I would say. And he's missed them again. So he's out on that tour. Hopefully, like, I think he's one of those players that once he gets one or two, he gets five or six. So um, yeah, what are your thoughts on him?
Yeah, well, you know, it's a bit like Sancho. Like, you know, we're just hoping to get a couple of goals and he'll sort of kick on and that. But you know, we only see what's happening at the 90 minutes, and you know, at training, we don't know what's happening in their personal lives and stuff like that. And you know, it just looks like it's too much for him being at
Yeah,
Manchester United. Like, you know, I don't know if, you know, the badge, the jersey, whatever. It's just weighs too much on him. We all know he had some mental health stuff last year, and good on him for coming out and talking about it,
yeah, yeah,
stuff like that. And you know, it's just, you know, you don't want to sit here and just be like, oh, he looks poor, you know, but we're here because we want to win football matches, you know what I mean? So we are going to criticize people and stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting to see what Ten Hag does for that situation because, yeah, Anthony and Sancho are like sort of struggling. You got these young kids coming through that might not have the finishing touches, but they look more lively and more
yeah.
energetic and stuff like that. And, you know, the team looks a lot better and flowing better when those young kids are in there.
Yeah, he just to me, he just like just on Sancho again. He looks a bit behind the pace. That's sort of like you can see the younger ones have got that one touch and they're ready for that pass, and it's like Sancho's just a bit behind the pace a little bit. That's the part that gets me. The second half we had Kovar and goals. Gerardo, is it Gerardo? Fish
Wado,
Evans,
Wado.
Wado.
Yes,
Yeah, but
Spanish mate.
he wasn't there in the first game, was he?
Nah, nah, I don't
No,
think
so
so because
he was a
he
new kid.
played. He was playing for the Spanish national team, I think. So he came back a little bit late, like
Yeah,
the
so look,
younger national team. Yeah,
you had him, Fish, Johnny Evans, welcome back. Um, Williams, Gore, mate, Gore, he was good, eh? He was, mate. I can pick a quality player from a mile away, and he is quality. And mate, let me tell you, Dino, when his cards start coming out, I don't usually. I've heard people struggle when they do rainbows, but I've never done one, and that could be my first one because mate, I love watching him play. That ball he gave across for Van der Beek was, and the finish by Van der Beek was absolute peach, wasn't it? It was like two peach balls in one hit. It was crazy. How we got that across to him? Like we've played a lot of football in our time. You've played in Brazil, and to see Gore hit that volley across as a cross, and it was on the half volley. I thought he was gone for all money, and he's hit Van der Beek on the volley, and it was a great finish. It was good to see Van der Beek just finish it like that, just get through the ball and rip the net. It was a friggin' beautiful goal.
Mate, that assist was probably the best we've seen in a long time. You know, like
Oh,
we look at all last year's, like it was brilliant, and just coming up straight off the bench too. Like it wasn't long into the half, and you know, well done to Donny Van der Beek. You saw how much it meant to him coming back from his ACL and stuff, and once again he's had a lot of pressure put on him, and the shirt's weighed heavy on him and stuff like that. So I love seeing him smile and yell, and when he scored that goal, it was really good, and it shows the younger kids too what it means. You get setbacks in life and come back, you score a goal, and it wasn't just a goal; it was a beautiful, well taken goal, and yeah, it ended up being the match winning goal. But yeah, that Gore kid is I think he's going to be something else, but I don't know exactly how old he is, 18, 19, not sure, but
no, I think he's
he's a
younger.
little.
I think
Oh,
he's
is he?
17, 18.
Yeah,
Let's have a
right.
look. I'm pretty sure he's 17
He's a
or
little
18.
he's a
Yeah.
little fella, and it's great to see.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, he's not like built or anything like that, but
Yeah,
I think with players like him, they have to start beefing up a little bit as they go.
yeah. Well, it's a bit
Um,
like Angel Gomez, like he had all the talent in the world, but just his size, he was never going to be a Premier League player, was he?
yeah, that's right. Look, he's the thing that with Gore is he's got the speed to go with it. He's got the speed to go with it. So which is good. He's born 26th of September 2004. So yeah, so he's 19, 20,
Yeah.
20. He'd be 20, wouldn't he? No, Alyssa was
No,
born.
19.
No, he's 19. Yes, because Alyssa
Yeah.
was born 2003, and so he was born nearly a year after Alyssa. So he's younger than Alyssa by a year. So he might be still 18. Wow, what a player, eh? Yeah,
Well, he definitely should be looking at a loan spell, sort of like Hannibal and that did last year. And I think I said it on the
yeah,
last podcast. Birmingham City seemed to do good with these younger players. Obviously, the Bellinghams were there and stuff like that, and the brother Bellingham's gone now. Can't remember where he went, but Hannibal flourished at that in that system. So Birmingham's always been known as a hard place. So I'd love to see him go there and beef up a little bit, and be playing consistently against adults.
yeah. No, man, it's good to see. Good to see. And yeah, look, the thing with Donny, if you've seen that photo that everyone was that when Donny was celebrating, you could see it was like a weight off his shoulder. The way he celebrated and the way he screamed and everything like that. Yeah, that's passion in football, isn't it? Like, I've had that feeling where you just score a good winner and you scream your head off and it's one of the best feelings ever. And I'll give Donny, mate, good on him. I know you're a fan of Donny because when he did arrive, I think you ended up getting a shirt with Van der Beek on the back, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
Yeah,
I love Dutch players. Just
yeah,
how technical they are and the systems that they play in that, and obviously it hasn't worked out for him like I wish for and all other fans wish for, but he might that might do a bit of confidence for him, and if he has a good US tour, you just never know, and I think him and Fred, really it's time for them to be looking elsewhere, in my opinion.
yeah. Well, after the game, Donny came out. I was reading an article today because it was 11 o'clock kickoff for us and never finished till what 1 o'clock, 1:30. So we hit the sack, and I have to admit I was falling asleep in and out of the game, but not because I was bored. I was just freaking tired. But it's old man syndrome.
Yeah.
Donny came out. He was asked about his future at United, and he said, you know, admitted he did not know whether he would remain at United for the upcoming season. So it'll be an interesting one for him. And look, there's probably if they did move him on, you would think they could get good money for Donny. If he stays fit, because he is a good quality young player. So you would think that they would get something like at least 7 million for him anyway.
Well, I think for him personally, like he'd be looking to
Yeah,
go back to Ajax. You'd think, like,
yeah,
it's obviously where he's from and produced, and he's obviously his partner is Dennis Bergkamp's daughter, so they've got that real Dutch
yeah.
family connection. So it wouldn't surprise me if he went back there, and he obviously wouldn't play for any other Dutch club, I wouldn't imagine. So maybe there's a deal to be worked out there.
Yeah. Look, and then we had Johnny Evans come on at halftime as well. But he looked all right, didn't he? He looked good. Yeah,
Mate, Harry Maguire must be shitting himself. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
and
Like, you've got this guy that's just training. He's just training pretty much. You know, obviously we did have to sign him so he could play, but let's be realistic. He's just training to stay
yeah,
fit. And, you know, he looked comfortable on the ball. He was, you know, using both feet. He was interception and even the offside traps he was doing with like
yeah,
players that he's never obviously played with. Like, you know, I think Brandon Williams was about 12 and Johnny Evans was there and stuff like that. So it
yeah.
you know, it was amazing. Like it was just, you know, perfect system. So, you know, it might sound stupid, but it wouldn't surprise me if Maguire did go and, you know, he might leave Johnny Evans there as a, you know,
Yeah, on the bench.
reserve player.
The
Yeah,
thing
who
with
was
John,
it? Didn't Huddleston came a few years ago and played in reserves, and there was
yeah.
one last year that came through. Like, you know,
But
so
the thing I liked with Johnny yesterday, it was even a couple of times out on Lyon's right hand side. You know, they thought he was going to get beaten for pace, and mate, he was still there making good tackles. His timing was very good. I look, was he injured? He was injured for a fair bit last year at Leicester. He
yeah,
was, wasn't he?
yeah,
Yeah, because I can't remember seeing
yeah,
him once. And look,
yeah. He
United's
was injured.
United's a family club, and I'm sure his wife put the request in for him to come across. And yeah, we all love her on the
I
podcast.
reckon it was Darren Fletcher to be fair, but they're all, you know. Hey,
Yeah.
another person we saw last night, which was probably a bit more your era, was Laurent Blanc, the Lyon manager,
Yes.
mate.
Yes. Wasn't that
Hey,
good? Yeah.
it
No, that was
was.
good to see him. Yeah. But I was,
Yeah,
again, like when we seen Lyon and that midweek, like we all read up and stuff like that,
yeah.
didn't even realize like he was the manager. And geez, he's aging very well, which is good. And, you know, I'm sure he still
He's very
loves United.
stylish coach, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Very
Very so.
stylish.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Was it Yap Stanford you got rid of and brought Laurent Blanc in at like
Yeah.
36
Yeah.
years old? And yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
Well, Yap never lasted too much longer past
yeah,
2002, I think it was. So, and that's
yeah.
when, yeah. So, yeah, that was good. I enjoyed the game last night. I enjoy the friendlies. People talk about the friendlies and stuff like that, and you know, I do enjoy them. And look, let's get on to let's continue. We had Hanson Aaron as well. He was quality again, and you had Forson and Hugel, who we did speak about. So, yeah, I think Hanson Aaron's got a massive future. I think he's going to be great. Again, another kid that we look
When
for
are you getting your
players all the
butterfly
time.
tattoo, Adam? When are you getting your butterfly tattoo? All the viewers want to know.
Well, I'm up your way in December, January. So, mate, I'm not even going to commit to anything.
Come on, mate. No
Oh, you do
excuses.
this to me all the time.
Wouldn't your wife love it if you came home with a nice little butterfly on your neck?
Oh, yeah, I'll get one on my bald head.
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
Anyway, let's move it. We've got 10 minutes to go. Let's get moved to the travelling squad. You know, we were talking about before players that aren't in it. Hanson Aaron's not in it, which he must be a little bit disappointed. Hugel's not there either. You know, but it was good to see these young lads have a hit out in the first two friendlies, which was good. But for me, it's a little disappointing that they're not there. So I'll go through the goalkeepers. We've got Tom Heaton, Dean Henderson, Nathan Bishop, and Reddick Vidic. Their defenders, Lindelof, Maguire, Martinez, Varane, Delot, Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, Williams, Fernandez. It's good to see Alvaro there as well because he wasn't on our last tour, was he?
No.
And then your midfielders, you got Mount, Fernandez, Ericsson, Casemiro, Palestri, which is good to see. Federico out there as well. Donny van der Beek, Kobe Manu, this would be his first tour as well, which is good. Scott McTominay, as I said before, Dan Gore. It's freaking fantastic for him. I'm so excited for him. Hannibal, Amari Forson, which is good for him as well. This will be his first tour. I said Hannibal. This will be his second tour. You got Martial, Rashford, Ahmed. This will be his first tour. Anthony. Well, it's his first tour as well, Anthony, isn't it? It's his because he signed later. Sancho, Alanga, and Garnacho will get a run this season if he's a good boy on tour. So,
I think we just got to let people know also that obviously that squad that you read out obviously isn't the squad that we face in Wrexham. The Wrexham
yeah,
versus Manchester United is pretty much an under 21 side that will go
Yeah.
over.
So
I'm pretty sure Johnny Evans is in that squad, so that's a different squad because they play 2 games in like 36 hours or something like that. So obviously it's impossible to,
so they
take one
must be
team
leaving
over.
on a different flight then, Dino.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll bring another team list out for that. So that'll be good. So you'll see those other young boys out on that Wrexham game, which is good doing. Good on you, mate. All right, let's move out to what's new in the cave. So again, I'm disorganised like nothing else. So, but I will continue on the theme of the tour. Dino's got a couple of special things, which I will cut this out and I will send it to. I want to promote these guys out at Vegas and all these other supporter clubs out through the US who Dino and I do keep in touch with a lot. And Dino's got something special that's been sent to him, which is obviously a massive pin collector.
So just talking about the Wrexham match, here's the match pin for the Wrexham game that you see there. Nicely made badge there with obviously the Newton Heath Devil in the back there.
That's from the San Diego Supporters Club, that one? Because I think that's their logo, the San Diego logo.
Not sure. It's obviously our good friend Keith Wells gets all these made and that. So and there's also this one which some people might not know. Where is it? There
this
we
way,
are.
that's it. Yep.
UnitedCon. So that's pretty much a convention for all United fans traveling from around the world. Go there and pretty much a big convention there. So our good friend Yuri from Finland, Helsinki Red Room, he's taking a little stall over there and he's going to have some amazing stuff over there. So if you're there, make sure you
Dino, I've got to say to you, I do talk to the guy that runs that a fair bit, and he did invite us over. He did invite us over, and I would have loved to have gone. Maybe one day we'll get there, mate. I'm telling you, we'll go together. You could
have told me a bit earlier.
We did get invited to go. So, unfortunately, we would have had to pay for our own flights.
Are you allowed in America?
Yeah. Been to America a few times.
Here's another special one, is the Las Vegas Supporters Club. That's their new badge. I don't even know if these guys have seen it, so I apologize in advance if I've got it before you guys. But anyway, that's how it is.
No, they have been advertising them on Instagram and stuff like that. Yeah, because I've been promoting them on my pin.
And these are just game day badges. Obviously, you got Arsenal versus United versus Real Madrid. When the last time United played Real Madrid in America, it was a record crowd of, I think it was about 109,000 people. So I'm not sure what stadium they're playing in this time, but that's crazy figures. And obviously Jude Bellingham will be there. So yeah, it'll be good. And then this is obviously Wrexham and Borussia Dortmund. So I think this is the most games we've ever played in a preseason tour, like including obviously Lyon and the Leeds match. So
yeah,
obviously Ten Hag's worried about how we performed at the start of last season with those 2 heavy defeats. So he wants plenty of games before the start of the season. So yeah, it's going to be a good season. And obviously for us living in Australia, the match and kickoff times are a lot better than, when they play in the UK and that. So I'm looking forward to having a few sick days off work and watching them.
Well, next game's against Arsenal, which is a 7 a.m. kickoff on Sunday, which is ideal. Yeah. So, Dino, we wish you were in town, mate. I'd have you over for breakfast. That's for sure. We always have a few boys over.
I'll be getting home from the England versus Haiti Women's World Cup match probably about that time of morning. So, and good luck to all the United girls that are playing in the World Cup. Hopefully, they all do well and stay injury free, and hopefully a couple of them can win the World Cup, because I think it'll be massive. For instance, if England won the World Cup, for the game, and any European side wins it, because obviously America have dominated the Women's World Cup. So I'd love to see England win it. Obviously, I'm supporting New Zealand, but I am realistic. So yeah, happy days.
Yeah, look, I was lucky enough last week. I was down at the FIFA event down at Darling Harbour. Yeah, I was working at the FIFA Museum down there, and it is going to be good down there. So if anyone's around for the World Cup, look, back the girls, get down there, support them. There's a live site down there at Darling Harbour. I did a presentation wall for jerseys and stuff like that. It's in the FIFA museum, the area there. So it's a really cool little thing they've got going down there. You know, we've got to back the women, and you know, everyone knows that my daughters have been involved in it. And look, I do hold a grudge against the FA, but I certainly do want to support the World Cup and female football. That's for sure. So you know, good luck to all the girls, and I'm
It's
sure
also
it'll be
about
exciting.
supporting the sport, like in Australia,
Yeah.
because you know, living in Australia, we know how difficult it is to get people to watch footballs, aka soccer in Australia, obviously, and you know, there's so many other codes here that you know I never would have thought would have to move locations to bring in the Women's World Cup, like you know, in the
Yeah.
rugby league, they're playing at an AFL stadium and you know stuff like that. For our overseas viewers, you probably don't understand what I'm saying, but we have major sporting clubs here that have had to relocate their home ground. So these ladies, girls, women can play, you know, in front of the biggest crowds and in the biggest stadiums. So it's not just massive for women's sport, but it's massive for football in Australia. So, you know, our dream is always to have a men's World Cup here one day. And what better way to get it is to hold a successful women's World Cup.
Yeah, definitely. Look, we can go into the politics of football in this country, and look, I don't want to go. I don't want to delve into them. That's for sure.
No, we
That's
don't
for
have enough
sure.
time, Adam.
We don't have enough time. So, look, let's end the pod there. Dino, it was a pleasure having you on again, and I'm glad we managed to get 2 in. We've got 2 pods in. We tried to get Shano on, but he's gone AWOL again, so we don't know where he is.
He's in high demand, isn't he? That's why we can't get him on.
Yeah, so
I think he's covering the World Cup with Optus Sport, isn't he?
Shame. We love him.
Oh,
All right, Dino.
we do.
We're going to get ready for a 5 o'clock kickoff to watch the Kiwis.
Go the Kiwis.
And I'll be watching the game. I'll start watching them as well. So, all right, people. I'll talk to you later. See you later. Check ya. See you, buddy.
See ya.